Hey everyone, welcome back to the Graygrie Show. We're here to have some more fun, and we changed the format up a little bit. We've done some talking, some thinking, some brainstorming, and came with a new idea, a new approach to take here. So we're just going to hit you with a general topic, something we were discussing that may be interesting to you, might be intriguing, may have been on your mind. Hope it has been. If it hasn't, it's going to be after this.
You can help us solve this dilemma.
Help us solve the dilemma.
Yes.
Alright. So, we also have to bring something fresh and new. And today, we had a discussion that was rather interesting. It started out with one of our kids using the B word. No.
He didn't use the B word.
He actually said the B word.
Yes.
Not
the actual word. He just said the B word.
And my response was, you use the B word, that's cursing.
Technically, we were talking about something. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he said, all of you are B words. And that's what he said. He didn't say the actual word, but he said, all of you are B words.
And I said it's implied, therefore it is a curse word.
And I said he didn't say it, so technically, no, it's not.
And that's where I have a problem. Because look, my example I gave you, I still hold firm to it. I said I said to you, it's the same. If I were to say to you, I'm going to stop you from living, versus I'm going to kill you. That's the same thing. It just sounds more polite.
But you're not doing it.
But you still know what I mean.
I tell him all the time that I'm going to kill him in his sleep. Do I actually do it? No. Is it a threat? Yes. But it is.
I will find out tonight.
It's a false threat.
It's not a false. It's not a false threat if you do it though.
But I would never do it.
But let's say you wanted to. We're not talking about We're not talking about what you are going to do. We're talking about the potential intent behind the phrase. Sorry. Go jump in the lake. It's a joke. Go jump in the lake doesn't apply because that's sarcasm. That's
it's me telling you I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. Because I don't say, oh my God, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep.
Are you gonna kill me?
No, I'm not. I don't have that much time on my hands. What am I gonna do with the body?
Well, first of all, you got the body disposal already? What the fuck? How you?
Seriously. That is a joke, guys. I would never kill my husband in his sleep.
I'll be awake if she does it, so I can have the fun of watching it.
That means I would be left here with all these kids by myself, and that's just not happening. So
that's your dream.
That's not my dream.
That could be your dream.
My dream is to be the one that gets murdered, so I don't have to be here.
Good grief.
Just joking. We have a morbid sense of humor.
Write it down. If it's on your bucket list.
Give me until I'm like 80.
80? Shoot, you might be able to do it yourself by falling down 2 stairs.
I don't actually feel... Okay, I know he would never say that. But I actually thought it was funny because we were all joking about something. And then he was like, all of you are B words. But he didn't say it. So I'm not going to punish him for saying you are all the B words when he didn't actually call us the word.
Well, okay. So let's put it this way then. Let's look at it this way. He said it in a joking, laughing manner.
Yes.
But what if he came in there and said, oh, you are B words?
And he was upset?
Yeah.
Then maybe he would get in trouble
because
at that
point.
You
B word.
Because he wanted to, and he was upset about it.
If he was a teenager, he would have called you the B word, and it wouldn't have been the B word.
And then I would have probably slapped him.
So there's exactly because he'd have called you the B word. Look, listen to the way it sounds. All you are B words, or all y'all are bitches. I get it. The word
it's so much more impactful when you actually say the word bitch.
But when it's a little person saying it, they're going to say B word. That's the strongest word they can use. Most of them. So when you hear it like that, you could be like, he just called me a bitch. He called me like a toddler bitch, but it's a little, he called me one. That's what he said.
It's not what he said.
Right.
B word could be anything. Bee, banana, bacon.
You finished with that?
Yes, I am, because I do not personally feel at this juncture that is actually cursing.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that he's not actually using the word.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the intent behind it. They hit the intent because he knows the word. It's in his mental Rolodex. But he's G-rated it. Not even though he PG-13'd it.
Yeah.
Only because he's a PG-13. So that's the farthest he can go with that word without getting a throat gouge. So that's what that's the equivalent of him 18, 19, 20 years old dropping the bomb.
Well, from our experience in this home, even though we come down on them at 18, 19 years old, they don't hesitate to say the actual word, even though we may get up and say, you know what? Chill, dude. Or watch your mouth. Or seriously, you're in my house. Like, show some respect.
I fought fire with fire. So they drop one right back at him. Like, I tell them, I don't care. But these are teenagers. But then we talk about the 19-year-olds, the older ones. When they get that big, when they say, like, oh, I'm sorry, I just beat that.
Because if you're saying the intent is there, and, you know, at 18, 19, he's not going to say, you all are B-words. He's actually going to say, probably. But knowing Cameron, he won't.
Yeah, because I'm waiting.
You all are bitches.
I'm waiting for the day.
Like,
if it happens.
We wait for the day. Like, we wait for the day for one of them to try to verbally attack us. That's our
They
that's
said
our
they
trait.
left. They said it walking
well,
away.
I'm pretty sure they said walking away.
They said it. They walked away. They turned around and saw somebody standing there with
right. What you say? Nothing.
Oh. You see
I didn't say nothing.
You ever see a teenager have a heart attack? But you thought I could walk?
Right. I don't just sit here. I do get up.
I can run too. And I got bail money, so.
Do you? Exactly.
I guess
maybe it's the way I feel today. You know, spiritually, I feel a little bit freer today. So it didn't affect me like probably it would on a day where I'm just like not having it from anybody. And then he said, you are B-words. I'm like, seriously, Cameron, go to your room. Probably. I don't know.
Let's see, and I'm going to take your spiritual manifestation of that statement and say that I would slap the spirit that said that along with the person. Even the shadow they left behind, I would hit them. The shadow would be like, damn. And anyway, I would know, because, I mean, look, you know, I firmly believe after legal age, 18, 19, 20, when you get to a point and start saying stuff, you turn around, I'm stand up to you.
Right, at that point, of course.
Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Never hit your kids.
You never know.
Never hit your kids. But anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Never
they
hit
can
your
accidentally trip. You know, they can bump into the wall.
Good stuff happens.
Because at 18, 19, that's not child abuse. That's a domestic dispute.
It is.
Okay?
And you still need bail money for that.
Right. You still need bail money.
But
and it may be wrong, but if you step to a parent at that point, it's on and popping.
That's a very good transition lead into
yes.
that. At what point, or not even what point, but when you have kids, and I'm not even talking about teenagers, let's forget, because teenagers are crazy, we know that.
They are.
Know that. But when you get to kids' ages around, when your kid's like 21, 22 years old, and they get to that point where they stand up to you, and you know, depending on your age, and depending on the size difference, sometimes, let's be honest, some kids can kick their parents' ass.
Yeah, we've seen it. Y'all watch ID channel?
I've seen it in the streets. I ain't
exactly. Seen it in the streets.
So, what level of adults, I guess, do you have to be at that point? Now, you know me. I've always said by the time it gets to that point, it's already over. You're already in a bad place.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time your kid wants to hit you,
mm-hmm.
it's in another place.
Yeah.
So, how do you assess that? How would you assess that?
Well, see, it's a little bit different between you and I because you have a lot more restraints than I do. Because there have been moments where they have confronted you, and I'll be waiting for you to do something. I'm like, okay, any minute now, that kid's going to fall to the ground. And then all I see is this one walking away mad while I'm still confused as to why this kid is standing. Now, for me, 18, 19, I still may let you slide with a warning. But I think anything 20 and up, if you step to your parents at that point, you asking for trouble. To me, that's how I feel. Like, we are very, I don't want to say scary to our kids, but we have instilled in them that don't try it, because even though it hasn't happened, there's the potential that it will happen if you get me to that point. Now, legally, we all know, and I don't know how it is in other states, in Michigan, at 17 years old, you considered an adult. So if you jump on your parents at that point, you going down.
Yeah.
As an adult, not a child.
As an adult.
They charge you as an adult. If you run away from home at 17, guess what? They can't make you come back home because they consider you legal at 17, even though you as a parent are still paying for that child. So at that point, if you want to step to me because you feel like you've grown, you may have the potential to get a throat gouge. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and see, that's where, I mean, all the funny aside, that's where it gets to, that's the gray area you operate in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids know that. A lot of kids, they know that there's a lot more they can get away with doing legally. Mm-hmm. And in most cases, kids are like, they're pretty straightforward. You can scare a kid to the point where they say, Mama, I ain't gonna mess with my mama, I ain't gonna mess with my daddy.
Right.
But you have those ones where, you know,
They challenge
you.
They challenge
and
you.
It gets to the point where it's like, no, look at me, he ain't shit. And whoa.
Or he ain't gonna do shit.
Or she ain't gonna do that.
Right.
You seen girls slap their mamas?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've known girls coming up that have hit their moms, slapped their moms, kicked their moms, and it's just like, seriously, you not just gonna do nothing? You gonna let that child just do that to you? Yeah.
So like, I know when I was a kid, it was very different. Like, I was afraid, and this a lot of my friends say the same thing with kids. You was afraid of your parents.
Yes.
Really, my father. My mother wasn't as mean as loud as my father, but I always felt like I literally felt like he would kill me.
Yeah.
And like wasn't no beating, spankings and whippings. I was like, no, I think he really killed me. So you didn't even think about doing that for the most part, but now it's like kids are a little different. And you know, so the effort you have to put into instilling the fear or respect/fear, depending on your kid, is a little greater. You got to work a little harder at it. These little guys will just be like, they go crazy on you. Yeah. And then you can't really do much when they get to that point. And then police come, when they get in trouble, or if something on the street, they come back to you. And you like, if I do anything,
y'all gonna be calling up, come out here and trying to arrest me. But then you want us to pull our kid back and discipline them more. But at what point can we discipline them without us, you know, catching the repercussions of that? So, you know, like you said, kids know stuff, and they will use that against you. Like, you can't do this to me, or you can't say this to me. Now, some parents may accept that. Some moms may accept that. Not me. Not me. Because what I say is, right, I will do such and such and such to you. Then I'll call the cops for you and tell them what I did. Because I would rather punish you than to have them come for something totally different. To have them come and pick you up because you done something out in them streets. Now, do you want me to raise this child to be right? And let's just say here, we don't hit them. Okay? It's been some moments where a couple of them needed a throat gouge or maybe a choke. Believe me. But we don't. However, we have to make them believe that we will, because if we don't, they just gonna run all over us.
And we also made them believe we'll put them out.
Exactly. Now, we will do that.
A couple of
them, you know. Y'all got friends. They got friends to go to, you know.
So,
and like you were saying, not to cut you off, but like you were saying, it was just my mom. But I was afraid of her. Now, me and my sister...
I'm still kind of scared of your mom. Yeah, a little bit.
Everybody's scared of her right now. I mean, she can't do much, but you know, you still got that little bit of fear. Maybe she can do a little something to you. You know, there were things you knew you could, right? She could probably still punch you real hard. She could have left it right. Kick you. You know, throw a house shoe at your head.
My shin still hurt from 91, 97. Still swell up. Every time we get cold, that swell come back. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. That's what we're talking about. That's what kids our age and before us, even her, grew up afraid of their parents, because you know, if you don't put that fear into your kids, they will run all over you. And then you have no control when you get to a point and you want to control them, let's say teenagers. At that point, it's over. At that point, you can't do nothing.
Nope.
But I knew I had to tell Donna everywhere I was going. I had to ask. Wasn't no going in her room just like our kids come in our room and just run free like it's theirs.
They stopped doing that ever since the incident.
Oh, yeah.
The incident.
Yeah.
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 I put some money away for therapy for them.
You know,
Maybe
hey.
not. They'll be all right.
Don't just walk in the room. Just because we're your parents, hey, if the door is closed, knock on it for a reason.
Knock silently and make sure you don't open when you knock.
Right. You better
oh my God!
behind the door before you open it.
Knock, knock. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
What is happening? What is happening?
I'm blind. Right. I mean, hey, that's reality. But
yeah,
you see it. You see it not just in your own household, but all over, because these kids running wild. Because there's no discipline. And then, you know, the law is all, oh, they don't have any home training. Or, oh, how are these parents raising these kids? No, bruh. It ain't always us. You know, we have so many stipulations. And now they've gotten parents to the point where parents are scared. You're scared to do anything. I'm not.
yeah.
I'll take the L. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I will.
So here's another way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
As you were sitting there, made me think of something. I believe that every generation comes up saying some version of what we're saying now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like our parents said something to them similar.
Yeah.
And before them said something similar.
Mm-hmm.
So is it really? I mean, the times change, the things you do change, but the kids say. I always say kids are like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Like every kid comes with the basic set of instructions, which is why I think they all start doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Over and over again. You can't teach it. It's life's little dirty game.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're born, you keep doing the same thing, and like older people can't tell you things because like you got that, you're kind of like hardwired to do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
These hardwired responses. So it's kind of funny like that. I also think that parenting and having kids is like the hardest thing you can do.
Oh yeah.
But it's the easiest thing to do. Like
yeah.
And this is gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent, but I'm gonna move back in. All
right. I'm ready.
So here it is. All right. It's easy. There's no one when you start dating someone that says you need to take a test to make sure you and that person are compatible.
Mm-hmm.
You can fall blindly in love with the wrong person. And live with them, fight, get married, have kids, and the kids could be a combination of the two of you.
Yeah.
There's nothing that says you can't do that. There's no oversight that will come in and say, hey, as long as you keep your kids fed, clothed, and going to school and a roof over their head,
yeah.
There's no one that can say, hey, we did an assessment of you guys, and you've had kids for 3 years, been married for 4. We don't think you're a good fit. We're going to take the kids and put them in a better situation. No. They don't do that. Now, you picked a spouse that's not good for you, not a match. You've had kids that both of you don't agree on raising, so they bad as hell.
Right.
And there's no way to stop that. However, when it's time to get divorced or break up, there are all kind of laws in place. Spousal support, child support, alimony, how you divide the houses, the money, all that stuff. It becomes rigid at that point and formalized. You can't just walk away from a marriage. Your taxes, your paperwork, your money, your retirement. Well, I need to have it, all that. But when you get involved with that stuff, you can go. I could literally right now say, hey, I'm gonna go buy. No, not me, but I can say, let's go have another kid. We go have another child. On paper, it may or may not make sense, but there's no one to say, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. You have to. No. You just go. That's why I say it's the easiest thing to get into, but the hardest thing to get out of. And it's the hardest job. It should be the other way around.
Yes.
It should be the other way around, which was my earlier episode I did about marriage leases, which I thought was But that's a whole other subject.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take that and come back around, here you are now. You look at not just one or two situations, but in general. You may have kids that are, I'm like this, I'm like that.
Yeah.
If you look back on it, most times, most parents, good parents, look back and say, I should have done this better, I could have done that better.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back down the line where the child came in to the world and grew up, you can probably find points where it could have been adjusted.
Yeah.
But there's no way to do that.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Like, you get a kid and they like, have fun with it.
That's basically what it is.
You don't get a manual, and you may have the same.
Manual.
Right. I still ain't found it yet. I'm thinking maybe I threw it away with some of the other paperwork that came with
It's
the
still
baby.
at the hospital.
Yeah. But, quite honestly, you can have certain values and certain rules and certain structures in your household, and you raise all the kids the same. But even though you may have a set of things that go on, you have to not raise the child, but deal with that child on that child's personality and level. Because one way that we may deal with a child, we can't deal with another child that way. We have another go round.
Yeah.
Case in point, you got Cameron, you got Autumn. She's a little bit more fierce than the boy.
Those are our two youngest kids.
However,
Yeah.
how you speak or how you discipline her is much different than him, because you look at him wrong, and that's it. That's all he need. And yes, this is the same when they call us B words.
I just do a dance with
But quite honestly, you can't with him. Like, I can't say, you know what? I'm so sick and so tired of the waterworks is coming already.
Yeah.
With her, it's like she is a steel cage. Okay.
She give you the face. She
right.
mug you.
You done with her.
Mm-hmm.
She go run off, storm, and slam the door, and she probably talking crap about us in the room. Him, on the other hand, he rethinking and trying to evaluate how to become better, or how not to have us mad at him, because he can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
It can't stand it. But you don't know that straight off.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't realize that, and you may discipline him the same way, and both of them get in trouble, and blah blah blah. You don't figure out until over time how one child takes something over another.
Mm-hmm. Hardest job to do, easiest one to get into.
Right.
Nobody. Yeah. Who are you going to ask advice from? You can't ask your parents sometimes.
And you can get advice, but the advice may not work for you in the situation that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
People can tell you, oh, well, I did this. I had a similar situation. I dealt with my child this way and that way. Well, that's not going to work for me.
No, it doesn't. So, I mean, the advice is one of the things, kind of like somebody asking you, is equivalent of asking someone, how did you do something?
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you, but you say,
yeah,
that might not work for me.
Like, yeah, that's not really going to work because...
But I'll try.
But I'll try. Yeah.
It's a gamble. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. And you're responsible. You feel responsible for the finished product, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I mean, essentially, that's how everything is viewed. We had to learn ourselves that after a certain age, children make their own decisions, and we can't blame ourselves for the outcomes and the choices that they choose to make.
Yeah. And by the way, I think that number is 13. I think by the time the child is 12 or 13 years old, well, it's probably 12 now. 12 and a half, 13 years old, they
From
are who
our
they
experience, it's been about what I've noticed, between 13 and 15.
Depending on the kid,
Yeah, depending on the kid, it's been between 13 and 15.
For me, it was 13.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I remember. The time I turned 13, everything I was hearing was just like...
I mean, we've had a couple of them that was 13.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so... Because I know a guy, I know this guy who told me, I told you the guy mentioned what his father said to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's older than me, so this is years ago, but he said, I can tell you, I can give you advice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all it really is.
Yeah.
You're going to do what you do. You're going to do with what you want. That's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But the consequences are also yours to bear and to handle yourself. So I'm not going to get you out of situations.
Right.
You're going to learn from your mistakes and your successes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it's all about. I mean, experience is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an old saying. I even feel like it gets cliche, but it's really true. When you're a kid or raising a kid, because I guess they're the same, really. You can be a kid or raise a kid. The challenge is still the same. You're still figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And on top of that, here's another kicker. that a lot of people don't think about, but I do because I'm always analyzing my parenting. But growing up, my mom would say one thing to me, and I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like you said, you just stand there listening, like,
Yeah.
when is this conversation going to be
I
over?
can see you
However, if my granddad said something to me, same thing, similar, but in his way, I never wanted to disappoint my granddad. So I would change based on what I felt he wanted me to do. But if it was solely her, I just like, whatever. And we learned that. When you have kids, one kid may respond differently to one parent and respond another way to another parent. Because there's been plenty of times where he say, see, they wouldn't do that to me. And then I say, such and such doesn't do that to me, or they don't talk to me like that, or say that to me like that. Why are they doing it to you? And it's not like I'm gloating, but for me,
you're really asking the question of what the difference is.
And it kind of upsets me for certain things because there's a lack of respect.
Well, see, I used to feel the same way, but I got to a point now where got to a point where I was like, as long as the message gets through, I don't really give a damn, because. And I did. I got frustrated. I keep telling you this, but you go talk to her, and then she tell you this, and I tell you the same thing, and you gotta tell her. After a while, I was like, that's just how you program.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, my brother said something to one of the kids. We were at a family event, I think Christmas, and they just listened to him. I'm like, you listen to him?
Right.
For me?
You don't even see him all the time.
See him twice a year. If that.
Right.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, such and such, uncle, cool.
Right.
I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm going to call him every time you don't want to do something.
Exactly. Let me call your uncle.
Don't talk to your uncle. Man, he's tripping. All right, I'm going to do it this time because you said it.
Right, because you said it. If he said it, I ain't listening to him.
I'm tired of this old thing. I'm almost 12.
Right.
So I'm an adult, basically.
Yeah, because I know everything.
Yeah. Let me go get my bubbles for the bathtub. Then put my bubbles in the
He used mama's body wash.
Shoot. Can I put my toys in the bathtub, Daddy?
Like, I thought you was grown up in here.
I got my big boy toys. That didn't sound right, son.
Right, that goes on into a different subject right there.
I haven't discussed this. Those are questions I don't want answered or asked.
Yeah.
Or anything. Just let them put them in that box.
Some things just need to go in the box.
In the box.
Boop. I have a whole bunch of things I wish were in the box, but yeah.
So yes, it's a lot of things you take from this. It's a lot of different angles, a lot of things with parenting. We could go on for hours and hours about this, but I think the wrap it up in pretty bow. The thing is that you don't know what you don't know until you realize you don't know it.
Exactly.
And then when you don't know it, you figure it out. You on the fly. If it works, great. If it doesn't, retool it, reinvent it.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that we love to hear what you guys think.
Definitely.
Because everybody has a different take on parenting.
Yeah. And everybody looks at things a different way.
Yeah.
My points. I didn't think that B word thing was that bad.
I just felt
because he didn't say it.
I'm just taking it better if you just said, "Bitch."
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't
have. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, that's how it would have went at first. And then you would have went into the, okay, look. Don't get yourself hurt now, boy.
First strike, he's under 10. He's under 13.
True.
So I'm like, stop it. He's like, okay. Some of the other ones who want to go, but
yeah.
I guess I'm joking a little bit.
Yeah, and it is more serious than I was taking it today because he is in middle school, first year of middle school, and things can get worse from here if we don't put a stop to it. But
yeah, and once you start getting comfortable with certain things, then it becomes the way.
Yeah, and never assume. That's my advice. Parenting is the most on the spot job. Like, this is, your boss comes, where's that project I told you I needed? Well, you said you didn't need it till next week. No. I need it right now. That's parenting for you. Right there. Yeah. Right now, on the spot, you got to do this right then. But never assume that just because a child is a certain way and they behave a certain way, that can't change. That's because true. It can change overnight.
It does change overnight.
Yes.
It does. For the good and for the bad. So
yes.
Or just still be good, just be different.
It teeters. Yeah. It's like that weight. 1 minute it's all good and beautiful and nice, and then the next minute,
They don't get like this until you're dead.
Right.
Then they're
Right.
well, even killed, well balanced. Like,
You know, parenting is the most unappreciated thing you can ever do in your life. And this isn't to scare you if you're, pregnant or thinking about a family. But,
although you might want to think. No, I'm just
I don't think
kidding.
it was. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to have children, but it's the scariest thing to have children.
They make good gophers,
Yes.
but you're gonna have to forego buying all your nice shit.
Exactly. You can't buy nice stuff until they start going out the house.
Yeah. You ever wonder how crayon gets on the ceiling that's 9 feet in the air?
Or slime.
Or slime?
Food.
Yeah.
How'd the jelly get up there?
I don't know. I found so many crumbs in the couches. Anyway.
Where the forks and the spoons go? I know y'all
That's
deal with that because I
another
made a comment on my social media and I knew a lot of y'all said
We had 40 forks and spoons.
we had an overflow of forks and spoons
Now we
in
have
our organizer.
one per person?
Yep.
And
One fork per person.
This is several cycles of this. I'm not going to get started on
We
it.
could go on another day with that. The missing utensils.
Start the discussion down below.
Yeah.
We're going to get going on
Get
this.
it started because this
Yeah.
is an interesting
Yeah.
topic.
We can carry on this. Anything else you think of, challenges you've had and you would raise your kids, the wonderful things, the things you think are crazy, the things you think we said are crazy. Anything that falls on this topic, let us know. Because we'd like to hear from you, see what you think, and see where this goes.
You may have questions and maybe we can give you some advice.
Yeah. Or maybe you can give us some advice.
Yeah, because we still got some more to go.
We have more to go. So all right.
Yeah.
That's been enough for me. I need a pill.
Yeah, and I need a bed with a pillow in it. So
hey, if you stuck around to the end, make sure you hang around a little longer. Click that like button, the subscribe button as well, because that means a lot to us. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
I get to buy more crazy shirts like this. Be sure to check out the comments below. We'll put some links to some content that we have that's real cool.
Yeah.
Other content we posted up. We'll put links out to your vlog.
I have a
Duncan,
vlog channel. I also have a tutorial channel. We
Yes.
have a movie review channel. So make
Yes.
sure you go check those out.
check out all the channels. We like TV in the 80s. It's 4 channels.
Right.
So, all right. Well, until next time, this has been the Graygrie Show. I've been your host, Graygrie. Thank you, Nika, for joining me tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.